Good afternoon, everyone. This is Marie from Funding for Good. Today it's going to be a little bit more informal. This is a little bit off the cuff, but there is obviously something in the water. Mandy and I have been getting calls almost on a daily basis from individuals who start with this line. I think I'm ready. I'm getting ready to start my own nonprofit. We've been hearing that line a lot recently. So if you have had that thought going through your head, this vlog is for you. So we want to give you a couple reminders about starting a nonprofit. If any of your motivating factors include the following: oh, I want to start a nonprofit because I have a great cause and a great mission and I want to get grant dollars, I'm going to ask you to stop right there. If your thought is, I've just got so much work to do and I really need a board of directors and volunteers to help me do it, stop again. And if your final thing is, I just want to spend the rest of my life dedicating myself to this mission, once again, stop. We're going to urge you to consider the following things and realities about nonprofits. First and foremost, the government does not grant nonprofit or tax-exempt status to an individual. They grant it to organizations. You heard that right, to organizations. So if your mindset is that you have a cause and a mission that you want to develop on your own and you're going to spend your life doing it, you might be better served by starting your own for-profit business or working with your local church, because the purpose of a tax-exempt organization is to keep a mission or a work going in the community far beyond the capacity or even the lifespan of that founder. So once again, it's an organization, not an individual. Number two, you will not be eligible for nonprofit grants until you are actually a nonprofit. Some people think that as soon as they get the idea to start a nonprofit, the dollars are going to start rolling through the door. Unfortunately, that is not the case. A lot of founders tend to dip into their own pockets and to tap into the resources in their immediate circle to get the nonprofit up and running and off the ground. And you can't go ask for grant dollars later to pay off those debts you incurred to start the organization. Those are upfront costs. Most grants that require you to be a tax-exempt organization will require you to have your board of directors, program design, an operating budget, many things in place. So even if you have your tax-exempt status, you might not be ready to start writing grants within the first few months of getting that tax-exempt status notification. So once again, grants aren't going to be rolling through the door when you start. You also need to consider what your role is going to be with the nonprofit. Many of the founders say, well, I think I'm going to serve on the board, or maybe I'm going to be a staff member. Keep in mind that best practices for a nonprofit mean that board members should be rotating off in a set amount of time. So if you start the organization, at some point it might be helpful and healthy for your organization for you to rotate off. Probably not what you wanted to hear if you want to spend your life doing and working for this cause. You might say, well, then I'm just going to become the executive director. It would be nice to get a paycheck for what I'm doing. Keep in mind that the executive director works at the will and pleasure of the board. So the board of directors could hire, evaluate, fire an executive director at any time. It's the board's job to be loyal to the nonprofit organization, not necessarily to the individual that it was started. Because guess what? The organization was granted tax-exempt status, not the individual. So their job, their fiduciary duty, is to protect the organization as a whole. This might be challenging for some potential founders or nonprofit wannabes to handle, but if you want a little bit more information or this vlog was a little bit too much to remember, check out Funding for Good's recent blog on the reality check before you start a nonprofit. Have a great day, folks.